Today I am here to speak a bit about addiction. With the celebrations inherent to this time of year, it can be difficult to maintain sobriety. Not that it's easy at any point, but when you're with your friends and family in a celebratory atmosphere, one drink, one hit, one more bite wouldn't hurt, right? After all, it's New Year's and I can always start with a new resolution. The problem here is that sometimes the new resolution is not always a clean slate. By now you may have noticed that my hands are closed and that I'm not the most animated speaker. One night, when I was 19, I was alone and I relapsed on alcohol. It was very late or perhaps extremely early, and I sat in my truck to sober up before making the 2-minute drive back home. Instead of clearing my head, I would have wound up falling asleep with my chin down against my sternum, and I slept like that long enough to cut off the blood supply to my cervical spine, resulting in permanent paralysis. I come to you now as a quadriplegic, but thankfully that is not the end of the story. Although a little fear can be very adaptive, my intention is not to scare you. I use my story more as a reminder of the fragility of life, that one drink really can hurt. As I say in AA, one is too many and a million is not enough. Can you identify with that? How do you celebrate with your substance of choice? For me, it was alcohol. However, addiction knows few boundaries. Alcohol, illicit drugs, sex, even food can be a source of addiction. So what is the answer to having safe, sober fun? In the moment, it can be almost impossible to decline an offered substance. Throw up your stop sign. The brain is an amazing tool. In the span of 2 seconds, you can analyze a situation and determine the healthiest avenue. The choice is in front of you regarding whether you can remember your values and reasons for sobriety. Will it stop with one or will you look for the millionth? I'm very familiar with controlled use, or thinking that one drink is manageable, maybe two, okay, three, everyone is partying. This is the definition of the slippery slope. Remember your goals. Whether you have 2 days clean or 20 years without your drug of choice, where do you want to be in 3 months? Is that drink or hit projecting you towards your goals and staying in line with your values? Probably not. So if you're at a party and the libations are flowing, throw up that stop sign, ground yourself in the moment, and think. The holidays are not always parties and get-togethers. For some of us, isolation, fear, and sadness, and a wide range of negative emotions are associated with this time of year. That bottle, bowl, or fork of food is comfort incarnate, but the slippery slope still applies. Thankfully, so does that 2-second window of thinking. Another useful tidbit from AA is the acronym HALT. It stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. These are common triggers, but they are not the sum total of conditions that may challenge your sobriety. It is worthwhile to consider your triggers and to practice opposite action instead of giving in to the impulse. If you are angry, try deep controlled breathing and look inward with curiosity at the source of the emotion. If you are hungry and you have food, be thankful for the sustenance and listen to your body when it tells you it's satisfied. If you're lonely, don't isolate. Please reach out. Acknowledging your triggers and looking 3-6 months down the line can help you make decisions in accordance with your values. I don't care if you have a single day of sobriety under your belt. That's 24 hours of really, really hard work. Are you willing to relapse for the sake of a good time or because you're at your wit's end at this very moment? What would you do with a clear head and heart? It is possible to celebrate without being inebriated, and I promise you can get through the night without that drink. You have survived 100% of your worst days. Life can change very quickly and in a permanent fashion. Don't compromise your well-being for immediate gratification. Stop, think, act. Act in a way that aligns with your values and your long-term interests. Sobriety is a lifelong quest and is an incredibly easy path to lose. Remember to bring your values and triggers map to combat the impulses afforded to you along the way. Have fun, reach out, stay safe. Thank you for your time.